Hey guys, it's Ted here to give you another fast fact. And for today's fast fact, we'll discuss the origins of the Buccaneers. And now, in the early days of exploration, many sailors were stranded or shipwrecked on isolated islands. And now, these sailors who survived these strandings turned to hunting escaped pigs and cattle from the Spanish settlements or from Spanish ships. And over time, they would simply hunt the animals and roast the meat. At first, for their own survival, for their own needs, but increasingly, these men would trade with passing ships from other European powers for continental goods and other vital necessities. Uh, the men who stayed on the island after making contact with the ships were called Buccaneers, for the French word for open fire roasting of meat. And the Spanish royal authorities did not like this. This is at a time when Spain is attempting to establish a firm monopoly on all the Americas. So whenever the Spanish royal authorities came into contact with these settlements, they would simply wipe them out, destroy them, leave nobody surviving. Hoping that the had word spread of the destruction of one settlement, the other men would simply fold everything up and throw in the towel, leave before the Spanish authorities got to them. And this habit of simply attacking these settlements continued. And after a particularly devastating series of assaults on the Buccaneer Island strongholds, the Buccaneers decided to rebrand themselves as Buccaneers. And they began to openly prey on Spanish treasure ships and settlements, reasoning that Spain had taken away their livelihood. They reasoned that they weren't threatening the Spanish. They were actually doing good for the Spanish. They were trading fresh meat with their crews, with the crews of Spanish ships who had made it across across the Atlantic Ocean to the West Indies. They reasoned that they were doing Spain a favor and that they didn't deserve this. But after the series of assaults, they were out for revenge, and so they began to prey on Spanish treasure galleons and Spanish settlements. And at first, they were just a nuisance. At first, they would make a successful raid, and you wouldn't hear from them for a very long time. But over time, they began to consistently attack ships and consistently raid settlements, and they began to prove to be a bigger nuisance, a longer thorn in the Spanish side than originally thought by Spanish leaders. And now the Buccaneers, they originally limited themselves to only attacking Spanish interests. But soon the Sea Raiders began to prey on every nation's ships, transitioning from part-time pirates, from only engaging in pirate-like practices against the Spaniards, to full-on piracy, attacking any nation's ships and any nation's settlements. And there you guys have it. That's the fast fact of the day. The origin of the Buccaneers and the transition of Buccaneers from solely being, I guess you could say, barbecue men into people who attacked only Spanish ships, into finally people who were men, I should say. Well, there were a few women too, but primarily men who attacked anybody's ships and anybody's settlements in the West Indies. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, hit like, subscribe, and follow.